Hey guys, today I want to talk about toxic family members. If you grew up in a toxic family, like whether you realize it or not, it impacts your life. It impacts the relationships that you have when you're an adult. It impacts the way you view yourself, your personality, and everything. And I just want to come on here and just encourage you guys, anyone dealing with toxic family members, how to handle it, how I have handled it, how I'm continuing to handle it. And it's hard. It's really hard. But so I feel like I'm finally at the age of 39. I just had my birthday in May. Finally seeing, like, for myself, just like how toxic and unhealthy my family is. And for a long time, I kind of kind of brushed it off. Was hopeful. I'm a very optimistic person. And so I always want to see the best in people. Not always the greatest thing. I always want to see the best in people, want to work things out, want to try to be a bigger person, try to be the mature person, try to be a peacemaker, And so I really feel like I've learned kind of like a hard lesson with that. And let me just share this quote with you that I seen. It was like a viral quote on social media. And this girl asked, how much disrespect should I take from my friends and family before I cut them off? And the man replied, how much poison should you take before you die? And it really was just like a shocking wake-up call. And I think the people who are dealing with toxic relationships with family, especially because it hits so close to home. I mean, like intimate relationships, that hits close to home too. But like when you're with people that have the same blood as you, they're like, you're supposed to rock with me like that. You're supposed to have my back. You're supposed to love me. Out of everyone else in the world, no one else cares about me. You're supposed to care for me. You're supposed to be there for me. You know what I mean? Like that hits hard. It hits hard. And so experiencing what I've experienced, I'm not going to go into detail right now. I might talk about it later. About several family members, just it really took a toll on me. Just the rejection, the criticism, the judgment, the always having these opinions about me when my own family, like, you think it's your family, they know you. But I think a lot of us, especially when it comes to toxic family, we have family, but they don't know us. They don't know who you are. They may not seek to know who you are. They may not care. Everything might be always just about them, or they just might always have their own conclusions about situations, circumstances. They don't care about your opinion. They don't care about your feeling. And essentially, they don't care about you. And it's hurtful. And so when you're faced with things like that, it makes you question yourself and makes you think like, what's wrong with me? Why am I going through this? You know what I mean? But at a certain point, you have to realize it's not you, baby. It's not you. It's not your fault that they're like that. They're grown-ups. They haven't had time to heal as you've had. They have time to grow up and mature as you had. Oftentimes a lot longer because these people are older than you. I'm the youngest of 6. And honestly, I'm more mature than a lot of people in my family. Not all, but a lot of people who should be mature. And so I just want to encourage you to really practice self-preservation when it comes to dealing with toxic family members. The whole, oh yeah, I wish I had a relationship with that person. And I'm gonna talk specifically about my mom. There's other people, another person in my family who, there's issues with too, but like my mom especially. Rejection my whole life. Was there, but really wasn't there, especially in my teenage years when I needed her the most, when I was growing, developing, becoming a woman. She was never around. She was always with her boyfriend or, at the club, or just trying to do her own thing because she thought I was old enough, I guess, just to figure out on my own, because that's what I did most of the time. Even when I was in elementary years, she was, working before she, hurt her back and stuff. She was working and just always gone. And we just didn't have a lot of time together. So I always had a deep yearning and craving for my mother. Mind you, none of us grew up with the dad. Was told my dad was a certain person, but he was like on drugs. He was a not good person, very toxic as well. And I come to find out when I was 12 that he wasn't my dad. No, not when I was 12. No, when I was 12, he passed away. But then when I was older, actually my probably late 20s, my mom said that somebody else was my dad. He turned out not to be my dad either. Had a DNA test. It's just a whole lot of mess. But just anyway, just no accountability. A family with no accountability. A toxic family who don't respect your boundaries, don't respect you as a person, as an individual. Thinks that they don't have to respect you because maybe you're the youngster. Whatever excuse they'll use any excuse. But you don't have to tolerate that. I know it may feel lonely, but it's lonelier to be in a room full of people who you think would love you, who you want to love you, and you continue to yearn for that love. But all there is rejection and judgment and all the superficial stuff. And that's how it is with my mom. That's why my mom literally lives like 5 minutes away from me. And I've always kept my distance from me because when I did try to have her in my life, mind you, I'm still this little girl always wanted her mom in her life, didn't have her dad around, wanted to have a relationship with my mom, but she was always in a relationship and always focused on that. Going on to having kids of my own, being married, inviting her over to birthday parties, never would come, mostly never came. When she did, she's like, oh, I got somewhere to go. Oh, the game is on. Oh, this. And it just was never like family was important, which made me feel like I wasn't important. And so that's how it kind of went. And never could talk about serious subjects, things that were important to me, about my dad, about, always had to walk on eggshells around that, like, oh, well, who's my dad? And I know he wasn't a bad person. And, I mean, like, at the end of the matter, the issue is that you don't know who my dad is. You are sleeping around with enough people to not know who my father is, and still don't know who to this day. And the last time I tried to talk to her about it, she totally blew up on me, and I told her to leave my house. I had to make her leave my house, and this was like the second or third time this has happened. I guess I am getting the detail about it. I had to make her leave my house, force her to leave my house, and at the end, she was so irate. I thought this woman was gonna hit me. And mind you, I, in the most respectful way, was asking her who my dad was. It was like a week or so before my birth. I'm like, finally, man, all my years I've grown up without a dad. Finally, I'm gonna get to know who my dad is. Maybe he's alive. Maybe we can have a relationship. You know what I mean? That little girl in me was excited. Like, I never heard my dad say, I love you. I never been held by my dad. My dad might not even know I exist. You know what I mean? And so she finally told me who my dad was. And it was somebody who she had an affair with because he was married. And I'm not keeping secrets no more. I try to be the good person, keep the secret, protect people. I'm not protecting nobody no more. Okay? I'm trying to do the right thing. And it's right for me to know who my dad is. And I'm going to tell the truth. And if you don't like it because you was messy, you know what? That's on you, boo. Okay? You don't want to protect me. You don't want to, you know what? This is going to help somebody. Okay? And so... yeah, so I made her leave my house, told her, don't come back to my house because you have issues and you're wrong. All I want to know is my dad is, and you was out there, doing all that. And you should want me to know who my dad is. What kind of mother doesn't want, her daughter to know who her father is? Yeah, everybody makes mistakes, but it's your mistake. It's not mine. If you made a mistake, because you was sleeping around, and that's your mistake. That's what. Don't let people blame you for their mistake, because they will totally project on you. Make you feel like you're the bad person. Try to tell you off. Try to make you feel like you're trying to ruin their reputation. Boo, you already ruined your reputation. That wasn't me. I wasn't even born. That wasn't me. And you have to laugh about stuff, because sometimes stuff will be so heartbreaking and just disappointing that you just have to laugh at it, because you're tired of crying. You just have to laugh and be like, boo, face reality. You want to live in a fantasy world where you're the victim, but no, I'm the victim here, and it is about me. And she even had the nerve to say, you want to make everything about you. Boo, because it is about me. And it felt so good to say that. You know what? Everything, my whole life has been nothing about you. This is about me for once. And she finally told me the name, searched him on Facebook and all that stuff, found him, messaged him, haven't heard back, but still, and even that, some crazy stuff after that, just don't let your toxic family members ruin your life, ruin your emotional health, your mental health, your physical health. Their ability to love you is not a reflection of you. Their lack of ability to love you is not a reflection of you. Okay? Their lack of ability to love you is not a reflection of you. They are internally flawed. They don't want to heal and grow. They don't want to face reality. So they will make you the villain so they don't have to face the truth. So I'm sorry if you've had to deal with people who should love you, who should be there, you should be able to rely on, and you haven't. I'm sorry if you've had to be the mature person in a relationship all the time. I'm sorry if you couldn't be vulnerable, if you felt like you couldn't be yourself, because you totally can. And I'm sorry if you've had to deal with that, because you don't deserve that. I know what it feels like to be rejected, to be lied on, to be betrayed, to be trying to be the person who honors and respects when everybody's just acting a straight fool. A straight fool. So keep your integrity, remain true to who you are, love yourself, protect your health. If you got to block, I blocked family members several times, and again right now it's on the block mode. And right now I'm at the point in my life, I'm 39. I just turned 39. I'm going to be 40 next year. Like, I'm ready to just live my life and not feel like I'm on hold waiting for someone to love me, waiting for someone to have a right attitude, waiting for someone to change. Like, I did that in my, I've been in 2 toxic marriages, overcame that, healed from that. Like, I have children. Like, I don't have time anymore. And I'm no longer willing to wait. That little girl that was wounded and wanting that mom to be there and to love her and family to be strong and love her. Like, it's not that she's gone, but she's like had an awakening. I'm like, you know what? Love exists outside of that. Life exists outside of that. And I don't have to keep on being this wounded person begging and waiting for something that is probably never going to happen. That I deserve happiness. I deserve joy. I deserve peace. And you deserve happiness. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. You deserve good things. And if people who are your family don't want you to have good things because they don't bring anything good, then that is your sign, baby, to protect yourself, protect your mental health, and to move on. And maybe one day they'll change, but it's not up to you. Do you understand? To keep trying to be the mediator and facilitating. Oh, they're ready to change. Nope, they bit me again. Oh, they're ready to change. Nope, they stung me again. Oh, they stung me. No, stop letting your heart be constantly disappointed and hurt by someone who doesn't deserve you. They have shown you that they do not know how to handle you. They do not know how to respect you, and that they don't deserve your presence. When someone shows you that they do not know how to handle you over and over again, I don't care what relationship, friendship, romantic relationship, family, when someone shows you that they cannot handle you properly. You think of an egg. You know how to handle egg. You know that thing is fragile. If you do something, it's going to break. Not saying that you're fragile, but people know how to handle things. You know how to handle a dime. You're not going to be rough with it. You're not going to be rough with an egg. You're not going to be rough with a baby if you have sense. And people who love you will nurture you like that egg, like a baby, like a diamond, because they see your value. And if they don't handle you well, they don't see your value and they don't respect you, and there cannot be any healthy relationship there. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to end it there because it's kind of long. But put your questions in the comments, y'all. If you have any questions, if y'all want me to talk about anything else, talk about your experience that you've had with toxic relationships, family relationships, or it could be anything. But yeah, I have lots of videos on this channel about overcome toxic relationships, about learning how to love yourself. I wrote a book called Love Yourself First. It's a whole series about healing, recognizing, acknowledging, and being your own best friend. Learn how to fall in love with yourself, because the greatest love that you can have starts with you. And once you learn how to love yourself, you will learn and be able to easily detect when other people don't love you. Some people are like, oh, does he love me? Does she love me? Do they love me? Baby, if you have to ask that question, it's because you don't know what love is and you've never experienced it. And the first love we should experience is from family and your mother and all that stuff. But when you go of age, you should be loving yourself. And if no one ever taught you, it's fine. I got a whole series on it. But learn it so that you can get what you need. You don't have to stay stuck perpetually in this wounded childhood state, this wounded rejected state. You are loved, you are beautiful, you are wanted, and you are enough, and it starts with you. I want me. Let's say that. I want me. We're gonna do this little healing. I'm a life coach too, y'all. I want me. I love me. It's okay if others don't accept me because I accept myself. If they don't accept me, I accept me. And because of that, I am free. Look at me with these bars. These are bars. But I love you guys. Let's love yourself. Love yourself again. Love yourself again. Love yourself again. I know you play the fool. Girl, I played it too. Love yourself again. Love yourself again. And honor yourself. Honor that inner child. That inner child, that pure place inside of you that deserves love. Who you really are, who deserves love before all the trauma, before all the craziness. Honor that little girl, that little boy, and love yourself. Okay? I love you guys. Talk to you later.